Hello everybody, Sage of Stone here with the third and final of my rank up matches. This time it's against Havencraft. I never actually found out what kind of Havencraft variant it was. I presume it was either Aegis or Seraph, but it never really got to that point. I guess like he just never drew into it. And that sucks, but that can happen sometimes when you only have like a one-of copy of your finisher. I decided to throw back the spawn and the drain because those aren't pertinent to the early game. I need tempo to win this matchup because I'll have time to draw into my finishers. Speaking of which, I draw Azazel here, which is really good because that means I don't have to worry about losing my cards to trades or anything because I can just seal the game out in an instant with Azazel because he's degenerate. No turn 2 plays. I don't really need to drop the mask here. I was saving that in case it gets to the Aegis turn because, boy, I do not want to take 10 or more from that guy. I drop the Singer just to get some more cards. The control matchups are all about crushing the card advantage, making as much advantage as you possibly can. I mean, that's most every matchup, but it's especially important for the control matchup. You have to be on the ball. I get my Blood Moon down, which gets my game plan going, and I take 2 from his bird. And he plays a ward guy, which I don't care about at all, really. Like, I'm not about to go face. The only reason I have to take care of that is because it's big. And I was kind of surprised that I drew the Diabolic Drain, and something fantastic here happens. I draw into my 3rd Diabolic Drain, so I'm, like, rolling this right now. So, I can't complain. I leave him with a 2-1, which kind of sucks for me, and he gets to draw some extra cards. But overall, it's not too bad. I'm getting closer and closer to my end game. He drops down a Cudgel guy, which I don't know if I like that play. He's just going to lose a viable removal spell here. I get to drain it away. I don't have to use one of my Evo points. Even though I know that he's going to kill Saber, it's just like I would rather not use an Evo point, and he ends up trading into it, so using 2 cards to kill 1 just gives me even more advantage. I don't think that he was really playing the matchup as well as he should have, because I just keep going for all these 2-for-1s, and he's dropping like 2 cards to deal with one of mine, and that's just not how you can play this matchup if you want to win. He takes the Tin Soldier, I take 3 to the face and lose my Baphomet, but overall I wasn't too worried about that. It's just a Baphomet. And I'm getting into a pretty good position. I decided to drop Azazel here because, balls to the walls. I want to clock him before he ever gets to his Aegis turns. So I decided to evolve Azazel, kill his Tin Soldier, and tell him let's go. Because if he couldn't kill the Azazel, then he was just dead to Temptress Vampire here. He does end up killing the Azazel, but it's not really that big of a deal. I drop Emeralda, and the clutch play here is evolving her so that I can put him to 4 life, which is in range of the Temptress Vampire. And I dropped the Mask of Black Death. So essentially, he needs to gain some life here. He doesn't really... If he dropped Themis's Decree, he would have very few options for life gain. But he ends up not drawing or not playing any life gain, so he just ends up dying to the Temptress Vampire. Overall, it was a very good game. I had a lot of fun, and, I was very, very, very stoked to make it into A3. I laddered the entire B tier in Control Blood. I didn't play any other games, aside from, I think, 2 aggro Blood games, just because I had a few minutes of free time at work and decided, I'll play some quick games. But other than that, it was all Control Blood. and it was a good experience. I plan on continuing to play Control Blood at least until the patch notes in a couple of days, because right now the metagame is just too run by good matchups for the deck for me to not play it. Like, I have to worry about running into D-Shift some, but that's not nearly as prominent as PDK and Aggro Sword. But yeah, those were my games. Thanks for watching, especially if you've watched all three. Like and subscribe if you liked it, and tune in next time.